What's going on, everyone? Rob here from RecentPlayers.com, coming to you with another League of Legends commentary. In this video, I will be playing as Vayne 80 carry in the bot lane. As you can tell here, I did start out with the Doran's Blade. The reason for this is for lane sustain, the damage, and yeah, so it's my preferred item, starting item on all my 80 carries. Just like I said, for the lane sustain. And as you can see here, I do have a Lux support, and we're going against a Soraka Kate. Now, what this means is, normally, if I was going against a Kate, I would be trying to trade auto attacks with her due to the fact that I do more damage than her, especially on my third attack. But since she has a Soraka, any of my damage is pretty much futile because it gets healed right back, as you can see right here. So what I should be really doing is I should be just trying to farm instead of like trying to trade and stuff like that. I do a decent job farming here in the beginning, but as time goes on I do struggle due to the fact that they do have better poke. This Lux does a decent job. She does get some bonds off. It's kind of tough having a Lux support because you really, especially in this lane, because you have to rely on her to hit binds. And if she doesn't hit any bonds, then there is going to be no good exchanges, like good poke for me to do anything. So really, I'm just farming. And as you'll notice, she only really hits the support from time to time. She doesn't really hit Caitlyn that much. So what you're going to want to do as Vayne is the first ability that you're going to get. That was a good bind by Lux right there. But the first ability that you're going to get is your Q. And then the second ability you want to get is your W. And then I like to just get my third. Normally you should probably just level up your Q again, but to be honest, I like to have all my abilities right off the bat, so I just go Q, W, and then E. Okay, so right there, I flashed out. I misjudged the turret. I thought the turret was going to start hitting me. I didn't realize that there was a minion there. And since I was such low health, I didn't want to take that extra damage, so I flashed when I didn't need to. So that was just a misjudgment on my part. I don't even think I should even have flashed to go get this arc, because she could have just healed herself, and if I would have hit her, the turret would have hit me. Okay, so as see there, I went for that condemn. We did make Caitlyn pop her barrier, and once again I misjudged the distance on the turret. Completely didn't even realize that we were getting ganked. We didn't have a ward in our try, so we weren't able to see this. So right here, I'm just timing for the barrier bait onto our turret. I popped it way too early there. I should have waited at least one more auto attack on Diana to pop it. This way she would have took an extra turret hit, and I could have possibly got the kill. But that just comes with practice. You just got to play more to be able to understand the damage. Okay, so as you see, I picked up my second item, which is going to be the Vamp Scepter. This just increases the amount of lane sustain I can have. And it's really important against this kind of lane. On Vayne, what I'm going to be building is just straight attack speed. So the first item that I'm going to be getting here is the first full item is going to be Blade of the Ruin King. In my opinion, that's her most important item. So make sure you always get that on her as one of your first items. Now the reason I build attack speed on Vayne over anything is because the faster that you can get that third attack off, because on a third auto, it procs and it does like increased damage, like a critical hit or a big amount of damage. So the faster you can get that off, the better. So with attack speed, that really helps. Alright, so right now, I'm just farming. What I should be doing, instead of even auto attacking this lane right now, I should just be freezing it. So this is a mistake on my part. As you notice, I'm like autoing it and stuff. I should just be waiting for the last tick on the minion's health to freeze the lane. But unfortunately, I'm not doing that. This is why I like to watch my own videos and commentate on it, because I get to notice my own mistakes and what I could have done to improve. Also, feel free to give me your input on this gameplay. Let me know what I did wrong, what I could have done better, what I can do to improve my commentaries as well. Okay, so right there, I try to condemn Caitlyn against the tower, because you can do that. But unfortunately, I missed by about like a centimeter, I don't even know. Very little. Alright, so right now just farming.
I smell black magic.
When you're going up against a Kate, make sure you keep your focus on Kate while trying to farm. That does come with practice. It is pretty tough. I still do it myself. Like, you have to be able to dodge her Q, because if you get hit by her Q early, you are pretty much screwed, especially as Vayne, since she's so squishy. So... Alright, see, this is the mistake right here. This Lux keeps going for the support with the binds. Yeah, it's cool that it's free damage, and on any other support I wouldn't mind it, because I like punishing people for, like, mistakes, since that Soraka got caught. However, it is Soraka, so she's able to just heal herself. So there's no point in even trying to go for her. So I find that I'm very good at farming underneath turret. So in this lane, I probably should, like, especially the entire lane phase, since trading is pretty much futile, I should have just, like, stayed on the turret the whole time. And just farmed. I'm not sure if she hit that, but that was a good attempt to get her. Alright, so right there, I tried to condemn Kate. I don't know if I actually condemned her right there, but I was just out of range.
The dark should fear me.
Alright, so right now we're getting zoned. Okay, so I do notice that TF's coming in. This is a really good gank by TF. And our jungler comes in as well. She pops her barrier. Okay, I should have timed that roll a little better to take that kill, but Cho got it, so it's okay. I'm not sure, I don't think he feasted, so he didn't get a stack, but good gank nonetheless. So once again here, I should be freezing the lane, but I don't do so. Please also keep in mind that this gameplay was done at about 3 o'clock in the morning, so I was kind of tired. I'm not making up an excuse, I'm just letting you know. So as you do see in the title, I do go 17-3 this game, I believe, and there is a quadra kill in this gameplay as well. So just a heads up on that. So yeah, laning phase against Kate is very annoying. You just, honestly, we should be able to win the trade now at level 6, even with Soraka's heal, because my ult plus Lux's ult, if she has any type of damage, like even like if she had a Cage's pick, her ult, if she hit both of them and I've ulted, we should easily win. Alright, so now as you can see, I got my boots and the first part to my Blade of the Rune King. So this is just increasing the amount of lane sustain I have, because the Vance Tester does go into that item, giving me lifesteal. Sorry, I apologize. I opened a Mountain Dew. I apologize if you heard that. Alright, so right now I see that Lux is going to help Cho'Gath. Alright, so right here, you'll notice that I just am full dirt mode. I should have went and, like, I go to push, but then I realized, oh, there's no point in even going for this, because Kate just did that move and went back to her turret. But apparently they're still fighting. And they're pinging me like I'm an idiot for not going in. But in reality, I honestly thought there was no point in going, because I thought Kate already got away. As you can see, Cho'Gath wrote ZZZ as in, like, Vayne, you're an idiot. When in reality, I don't know if that was exactly my fault or if it was, so I just don't say anything, because it might have been my fault. Alright, so I did a bad job on dodging that Q there. Lux should be going back right now. She has, like, no health. Alright, so I did punish Kate there for being overextended a little bit. Alright, so by Lux going back, I kind of get punished for it. Because I was out of place. Alright, so now I'm just going to farm here. Unfortunately, I'm unable to get that CS due to the fact that Kate's range is much greater than mine. So I have to literally just stay behind my turret.
Beware.
That was a poor job on my part dodging. Now I'm just getting free harass.
I hear the innocent cry.
Yeah, you could tell my reaction time was really slowed down this game by like me missing certain CS, like my slow reaction time on dodging.
I release them from their pain.
Yeah, that was good punish on Soraka, even though she's just gonna heal herself. Alright, so Kate, also that was actually a good job by Kate doing that ult right there. Now, you're probably wondering why I say that. It's because her ult isn't always necessarily just for finishing a kill. Her ult has like not the biggest cooldown, so just for that extra harass to make someone go back or have to stay back, it's still worth it. Because she can free farm now. So I see my team is doing really well. They realize that TF isn't going out on them because CTF is up there, so they just keep poking us. Sorry about that. I do apologize if I am coughing or I sound nasal. I have like a little bit of a cold right now for some reason. I do apologize. Alright, so I'm killing this golem for that lifesteal. Alright, so I do get to life and then I go back into lane. One thing that I didn't do this game as much as I should have, and always make sure you do when you're on this side of the lane, is make sure you're snowballing your lane by getting those golems anytime you possibly can. We didn't do that enough this game, which is why we're struggling. We should have done it a lot more to keep us either even in lane or at least ahead, or because we lost this lane. But I do make up for it in the end. Promise. Mid game Vayne, late game Vayne is just insane, as you will soon see. Alright, so now I'm going to grab my Berserker Greaves, get some more attack speed so that I can put that into the Blade of the Rune King, and Red Elixir. And as you just saw, I just used Barrier. I do this quite often. What happened is I went to go click V for them to back off because he didn't have any help, and I pressed B instead. I mean not B. I pressed F instead. Gotta love the misclicks. Alright, so we wind up turning this around. So we get the benefit of the doubt on this exchange here. I got a kill, Cho'Gath got a kill, and TF got a kill on Soraka earlier. So that was actually a really good job by TF, so he played that really smart. Alright, so we have a good minion wave here, so we're going to push this turret down. As Vayne, when you're taking down a turret or hitting a turret, make sure that you Q first to roll to increase the amount of damage and attack speed that you put into it. Because when you roll and you're attacking a turret, it keeps you in the that roll stance. Okay, so right there, I didn't see Kate, and that was just a bad roll. It wasn't necessarily my fault due to the fact that I couldn't see Kate. I should have just. Honestly, I shouldn't even just rolled. So it was whatever. So right now, there's 3 pushing mid. I'm gonna stay on this turret to defend it. Mid turret is the most important turret out of all 3, out of all the lanes, due to the fact that it is the closest route or the fastest route to your nexus. So make sure that you keep that up as long as possible. Alright, so I punished Soraka for being out of place there. Alright, so unfortunately I don't have great wave clear as Vayne, since she is a solo target. Right, so I was able to dodge that Mooncrest by Diana. Smart play by Lux. Even though she didn't hit any of the champions, she did it for the wave clear. And this is a really good ult by Zac. Fortunately, my barrier was down, but I was able to ult Q, condemn Zac into the wall, saving my life. Honestly, we played that really well for the kind of play that just happened. Zac did a really nice ult over the wall, and they could have honestly aced us right there if their team would have followed up on it, but they didn't. So by condemning Zac into the wall, our team was able to get away. All right, so good flash by Cho'Gath to get away there.
On wings of
Okay, as you notice, Lisa's going a little too hard here. It is a 2-on-5. She didn't really, I don't think she really needs a flash there either. But good job nonetheless. So we're doing a really good job for keeping these turrets alive, or keeping this turret alive. Keeping them off. Up, another good job by Zac there. However, he is tanking 2 turrets. Right there, I made a mistake. I should have went for Caitlyn. As you saw, Caitlyn was pretty low and TF was going for her. I probably should have went for Caitlyn instead. So I saw Cho'Gath was right there, so I figured he was going to kill Zac, but he didn't. So I turned around and went for Lissandra. But it's okay because we still get her. I don't know if I necessarily needed to flash there, but I did it just to help out. Okay, so right there, I should have predicted that she was going to do that. I could have dodged that, but...
the shadows are to be feared.
So my roll is about to come up in 2 seconds, so I am able to clean up that kill. For my killing spree. So right now, I'm 3-0, 3 assists and 96 CS. At 19 minutes and 97 CS isn't that good. My CS is usually a lot better, but like I said, I was going up against a Kate Soraka, so it was really tough. I find that to be one of my main problems that I have to work on is my CSing. It's definitely nowhere near the pros, and I'm trying to get it to that level, but it's going to be a while.
I hear the innocent cry out.
Okay, so I do catch Soraka off guard here. She goes to ward. We do make her pop her flash. Okay. So I did see Lissandra was in that bush. I didn't want to engage on that because I don't know where the other teammates were. So we could have got ganked. And it wouldn't have been worth the Soraka kill. As you see, I put no ult on Soraka. For some reason, I thought she ulted there. I don't think she did now that I'm looking at it again. Alright, so as you see again, I got my Blade of the Rune King now, and I'm building my Zeal. Alright, so I always put it into my first slot, so that pressing 1 is really simple for me, or easier for me to use, as opposed to like 2, 3, or 4. So I did see Kate was coming down this lane, but she does push Dragon, so I'm just going to clear this wave to catch up and farm. Or, no, I'm not, never mind. I saw they caught Kate off guard. And now we were going for Dragon. So good job by Cho'Gath on that feast. Honestly, I probably could have just stayed and farmed, which is what I probably should have done. Because they have Dragon, they got a kill. They didn't really need me. But fortunately, me being here gets me a kill. Oh wait, no it doesn't. It gets me an assist. I lied. Alright, so just putting that extra damage into them to make them go back, so we get some extra time to clear waves. Remember guys, making someone go back, if you don't kill them, and you just do enough damage to the point where they have to go back, that's still good. It's still worth it. Because you're giving yourself extra time to farm and do objectives.
All is laid bare.
Killing isn't the only important thing in this game. Farming and objectives are just as important, if not more important, in some situations.
I release them from their
Alright, so killing these golems. I recommend only using a condemn on like a buff or like what I just did on the big golem when you know you're safe. Because if you just go into your jungle and like use a condemn on a red buff and then the enemy team is like waiting for you, you just screwed yourself over on a getaway. So just make sure you use it wisely. Alright, so right here I use Blade of the Rune King for that slow and lifesteal, and I am able to catch Diana off. Okay, so after you max out your Q, you're going to want to max out your W. I don't know how that bond did not hit Kate, that was crazy. Alright, so when you verse Zac, it's like versing a fiddle. You want to make sure that you have vision on like bushes and stuff, because in team fights, he's going to try to hide himself, and then E in and then ult. And then it's going to screw your whole team over because you're just all going to get knocked up. So you make sure you always have vision on Zac before a team fight happens, because you don't want him engaging in the fight, because there's a good chance you won't win it. Alright, so unfortunately Lux did get caught. She was punished for it. Alright, so Zac comes in. I don't know how that condemn didn't condemn him, but as you can see, he does do a good job with his ult, hitting us all up. So right now we have to flee because we did lose 2 people.
The dark should fear me.
So right now we're just trying to hold down this turret.
In the dark, all is laid bare.
As you see, I'm trying to stay on the left side of this turret right now because I saw Zac was on the bottom right, and I don't want to have him E onto me.
Evil lurks around every corner.
Okay, so I do have enough for my Zeal now. So I will be going back to purchase that. Get my Zeal and my Avarice Blade to build my Static Shiv. Now, I highly recommend, if you're playing an AD carry and you have TF on your team, always get a Static Shiv no matter what. I mean, sorry, not a Static Shiv, an Avarice Blade. Because the money stacks. You get 2 extra gold for every minion kill with him on your team. And then if you have an Avarice Blade, that's even more gold per minion kill. So for instance, like when I play Ashe, I'll usually rush an Avarice Blade if there's a TF, because her passive, her E passive, if you keep, what do you call it? Oh, sorry, I should be narrating this fight. So yeah, I just condemned Diana into that wall, which gave us the kill. Got the double kill here, and then we are able to clear this wave. Was able to punish that Diana though for being out of place. But yeah, so for instance, if I play as Ashe, her E passive gives her extra gold, so if you keep putting points into it and leveling it up, you get more gold. Stacked on top of TF's ult, passive, and the Avarice Blade, that's just so much gold. Alright, so now that we cleared that wave, I'm going to get the red buff. If you see that, like, there are certain times where you should be farming and not farming. Like, this is a time where you should be, because we did just clear the wave and push it to the turret, and now the wave is like, and our guys were low, so if they would have taken any turret damage, they would have died. So this is the time to farm and just clear extra waves or get buffs. Alright, so TF did get caught, unfortunately. So right now I'm 6-0 with 4 assists, 120 CS. At 26 minutes, that's really bad CSing. I think I'm down by like 50 CS to Kate right now. I mean, Kate, I would say mechanically should be out farming me, like technically, due to the fact that her abilities have wave clear, her Q is wave clear, her E, well, not her E is not wave clear, but her Q is wave clear, and she's much easier to farm with. Since Vayne is a solo target, it's much harder. So I would think that Kate should be out farming me, but nonetheless, my farm is pretty bad this game. Alright, so just clearing this mid wave. Have to push back.
On wings of
Alright, so they do say dragons up, but in my opinion, this isn't a good time to do it because if I was out of position, yeah, this is bad. Like you'll notice, I saw Zach, and then he just runs out of that bush. That was so weird. Like it was a good job by him hiding in that bush and then killing me here, but I don't understand what happened. Like I saw him go in there, and I knew he was there, so I was just waiting for him to come out to like walk towards me, but he straight up like lag ran out of the bush. It was so weird. So, honestly, the only thing I can commentate on that is that that is technically my fault. It was bad positioning, and it was also my team's fault for going for dragon there. There was no reason for that. They were all alive and they were all mid, so they had the upper hand, like the upper positioning on us, considering I was at our turret, and I think we had another person not there. And then I just got caught because I knew Zach was in there, and then he just lagged, walked out, and killed me, so... As you did see, though, I did write in the chat box to peel for me. See, I wrote no peel for me. Peel for me, we win. Don't peel for me, we lose. I was kind of upset at that play. It was 50-50, their fault and my fault as well. So I can't really like say anything bad about them. But yeah, okay. So yeah, this is where the enemy team makes a mistake. I saw Diana was top, so I knew that their whole team wasn't here. So it's just them two, and me and Elise are able to catch them off guard here. Alright, so I do kill her, and then that was a good web by her into my condemn. That's too much CC for her to handle and get away from. So, we took 2 people and a dragon. So in the end, it was all worth it.
the dark should fear me.
So, now that I do see this wave pushing, I'm gonna go farm it. I see Jogath going down here, and I thought he was gonna go for the farm, so I start pinging him to go away. And he takes it, like, personally, apparently, and he says, "I'm getting jungle, bitch." He calls me a bitch. I didn't think he was gonna go for golems. I thought he was going for my farm. So, as you can see, clearing waves is actually so much easier now with Vayne, since I do have that attack speed. I honestly feel attack speed is her most important like component. Like that's the one thing you need to build on her. It's the most important thing to build on her. Okay, so Zach here, although he did hit us all with E, his team wasn't in position to follow up. Okay, never mind. Even though like that was my fault, I was unaware that they ganked us from the side. But still, that Zach, that wasn't good timing for that because his team wasn't there to follow up on it. I mean, they did kill me, but they could have killed their whole team if they were in position. But technically, they did win that trade, so it was still a good job, I guess, on their part. Alright, so right now they're just farming. Alright, so I'm 7-2 and sorry. 7-2 and 6 with 147 CS. So right here, TF is mid. If you notice right now, he's mid, and I pinged Caitlyn. He could have had that kill if he would have just paid attention and went down towards Wraith, cut her off from the mid, and then just kill her. But that's just map awareness. He was probably so focused on CSing that he didn't look, so it's alright. It's not a big deal. Right, so as you did see, I did pick up my Phantom Dancer. Now that I do have the kind of attack speed that I want, you will see me build Infinity Edge and Last Whisper next. And that is my preferred build for Vayne when it comes to full build.
Evil lurks around every corner.
Okay, so I do see that Lysandra is at their blue. I thought she was gonna go for it, so I waited, and I am able to cut her off here. Okay, so she once again, I don't know why she went that way. So right here, this is a bad play on my part. If you notice, I was attacking Kate. And she got really low, and I thought I could finish her off. So I rolled in and tried to ignore Diana's damage and try to kill her. But Caitlyn was smart and netted away from me, so I wasn't able to get her, and I died. So that was a bad play on my part. I shouldn't have gotten greedy. I should have just taken what I got and then left and helped my team push the mid-turret. So remember, guys, don't get greedy. If you get like one kill and you're in a position to get away, but you want to get that extra kill and then die, it's not worth it because you're helping the enemy team get fed. Especially if you're an 80 carry, you're worth gold. So just take what you can get and leave. Alright, so I do buy the upgraded Berserker Greaves so I can get out of base faster to farm. At this point in the game, it's alright to buy it because, especially since they have 2-tier turrets down, they're up to like, I think it's called the 3rd tier turret into our base. So it's important to have boots, those kind of boots for when your team is in that position. Alright, so I'm trying to stay by Lux here so she can take out that turret without getting caught. I mean, that ward.
The dark should fear me.
Alright, so I see Lysandra's bottom, Diana's at their blue. I think I go down here to try to cut off Lysandra, I'm not sure.
The shadows are to be feared.
So I did see that this wave is pushing.
Cleansing blood with silver.
Alright, so I'm just clearing waves, getting CS.
They will be purified.
Alright, so I do see that there's a bunch of people mid, so I'm gonna go help my team. In situations like this, if you, for instance, if you were like Elise or anyone on my team, and you saw that we were bottom, you should not engage, because if you engage on a 3v5 and then lose and then blame your teammates, that's just absurd because it's their fault. Alright, so he did miss his rupture. Alright, the reason why I went to that bush was I was trying to see if Zach was in there, trying to engage on us. Oh, there he is. So this Zach the entire game has had really good engages on us, so I have to give props to him. Right now I'm just kiting this Zach. Yes, oh, so right there I got caught on the little broken pillar. So that was my fault. TF died, I guess, trying to save me, so I appreciate that, but I'm not sure if he really needed to do that. I'm pretty sure we all would have got away if he didn't turn around. So, as you noticed, the boots that I got come in handy right here, because I think I'm able to... No, I'm not. Oh yeah, I am able to save the turret. So right there, they could have killed me, but Caitlyn and Soraka didn't react the way Diana did. So I was able to get that kill on Diana and save the turret. We also see that dragon's up, so me and Elise go for it. Right here I'm just lifestealing the race as I'm running there, in case they decide to gank us or come up for it.
Evil lurks around every corner.
Alright, so right here I believe I go for red buff here and Cho'Gath takes it, I'm not sure. No, that's not it. Okay, I don't even go for it because last time I went for it, he just stole it from me. Alright, so I realize that I have enough for a BF sword here, so I do go back, buy that, and come back.
On wings of night. The dark should fear me.
Okay, so I'm just pushing out this center wave. As you notice, the attack speed on her is just absurd at this point. Alright, so I do see Lissandra's up top. Lux does a good job by popping the shiveries. I don't even know how to say that word. Or that item. So we are able to catch her. I am able to condemn her against the wall and just clean her up. Poor Lissandra didn't stand a chance. Alright, so that was a poor ult by Zach. He had good intentions with it, but he wasn't able to pull it off. So, our whole team is here, and we are able to turn this around. So as you notice, you see Diana in the top lane of our side. So I think that she is going into this bush over here that I go to. I probably should have went to that dry bush right there, and I probably would have caught her, but I thought she was over here and she wasn't.
Shut down.
So they are able to take Kate, and I do believe that's her. I probably should have taken blue there too as well, but oh. So I see Diana is top now, that she did make it back, and that my team is pushing top lane, so I figured I'd split push, and you'll notice I'll clear the center wave. And start pushing the center turret.
In the dark, all laid bare.
They're pinging me to take it, and I was already on top of it. So there you go, you Q into it. You get increased attack speed and damage, so taking that turret down is no problem. And then we do it again on this turret. Alright, so right now we're just clearing waves. I was about to go farm race, but then I realized my team was still trying to engage on them. So we do turn that around. Alright, so Cho'Gath does take a really good ult by TF, especially going for that gate. I saw Lissandra ulted, so she has no ult.
An ally has been slain. I release them from their pain.
Do get a triple kill, and I am able to kill the Soraka here for the quadra. They are pinging me to get this turret. So we do take down that turret, and we are able to get this inhibitor. So right now I'm 15-3 with 197 CS. Even though my CS is pretty poor for 41 minutes, the amount of kills that I have make up for it. Alright, so they do decide that they want to go for Baron. So I'm just clearing this wave.
I smell black magics.
Alright, so this Cho'Gath almost dies here. It's pretty funny, but he is able to survive. Whew, look at that. That Lux shield saved his life right there. Alright, so good feast by Cho'Gath. He was able to get a stack off that Baron. Alright, so I have 4.5k gold here, so I have enough money to complete my Infinity Edge and get a Last Whisper.
In the dark, all is laid bare.
So when and I have Baron buff, so at this point, it's pretty much GG. A Vayne with this amount of damage, attack speed, and Baron buff is just, there's no chance. Also, another thing I like to point out is that when you do get Baron buff and you all went back or whatever, and you're all good with all your items, don't just go and farm. Make sure that you take complete use of your Baron. You don't want to put it to waste. So I do type in all mid because I want us to all go mid and push and end the game. See right here, we don't even need to go for dragon. I don't know why they're pinging it. It's not really important. We should just be utilizing our buff and ending the game.
I hear the innocent cry out.
So, like right here, I don't know what we're doing. We're just wasting time.
They will be purified.
Right, so we see that they're top, so we just continue to push mid. Actually, I think we push bottom to get that turret. This wasn't even really necessary what we do here. Like I said, this is just a waste of time. When in reality, we should have just been pushing mid and ending the game. We're ahead as it is, and with Baron buff, that just gives us an extra boost. So it's like we're just putting ourselves in a weird position here because they do have better poke than us with Kate and Lissandra. So as you'll notice there, Diana as well. They're able to just constantly poke at us from a distance. So we're taking damage that we shouldn't even have to take. Look at that damage. 3 hits on Zac and it takes him to half health. See right here, I don't know what I'm doing there. Just taking free harass. So what I do decide to do is I go for their wolves and I do lifesteal back to full health. This way I can stay in the battle and not have to go back.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
In the dark, all is laid.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed.
So right now we're just ending the game, clearing out minion waves, inhibitors, and turrets. So right now they're going to have to make a final stand since they only have one Nexus turret left. Their only chance is to win a team fight here, ace us, and push. But we are able to get that last turret down. Zac does try to hit us all. It was a good job by him trying. So right now I get caught in the middle, so I do decide to flash out, and I am able to kite. So I kite Zac here. We take out his passive. And then we end the game. So hopefully you guys did enjoy that commentary. Please let me know in the description, the comments below, what you guys thought of my commentary and my gameplay. Let me know what I can do to improve on both. And please remember to subscribe. Also, I do stream now daily at twitch.tv/thewarkid. That link will be in the description below, so make sure to follow that as well. Thank you guys. Peace.